Hi, good afternoon, everybody. I'm Rachel Kaplan, and I am your host and creator of Higher Health Now with Rachel, right here on Solidity Magazine TV. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to get right into today's presentation. We share my awesome presentation with y'all. We say y'all down here. I'm in Asheville, North Carolina. Thank you so much again for joining me. Please, if we're not already connected on social media, find me on Facebook as Rachel B. Kaplan, and also follow me on Instagram at higher_health. And please jot down my email. If during any of my TV series you find yourself having questions or going through some challenges, if you're following my presentation, you're following my coaching, if you're having some challenges, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I would love to connect and see how I can help. All right, well, today's topic is all about why diets don't work and what does. I love this quote by Dr. Oz. The problem with severely restricting diets is that they jolt your body into starvation mode, preventing your body from burning unwanted fat and storing more fat and calories for you to survive on. When the body can no longer get its calories from food, it looks to get some of its calories from lean muscle. This results in muscle loss. Less muscle means a slower metabolic rate, causing stalled weight loss, or even worse, weight gain. What does the word diet mean to you? Well, it could mean eating foods that make you sad or always starts tomorrow. I like adding some humor into my presentations. So maybe diet for you means keto, paleo, carnivore, vegan, vegetarian, kundalini, South Beach, Atkins, Mediterranean, right? There's so many fad diets out there. And sometimes it can be confusing. Let me help you by telling you that one diet does not work for everyone. If it did, there would be only one diet, right? According to Google, there's actually two definitions for diet. One is the kinds of foods a person, animal, or community habitually eats. Or two, a special course of food to which one restricts oneself, either to lose weight or for medical reasons. As a society, we've been falling victim to this diet mentality for just way too long. And then we blame ourselves because it doesn't work. It's not your fault. Any restrictive diet will have a yo-yo effect. When you deprive your body of the nutrition it needs, it keeps track. Once you go off the so-called diet, your body knows what it was lacking and your willpower is just no match. Again, it's not your fault. This is why diets don't work long-term, not to mention the damage that can be done to your health with overly restrictive diets. If we only knew this years ago. We have to retrain our brain to think of food as fuel. Personally, I hate the word diet. Really, the way we eat should be the context of an abundance of foods enjoyed because they support an individual's health. Not a restrictive, you can't eat that diet, or you can only eat 1,200 calories a day diet. So over the course of this program, this TV series, you're going to learn how to feel better, eat to feel better, eat to look better, eat to have more energy, and eat to lose weight for the long term. Please realize and remember that you are amazing just the way you are. You are not the number on a scale. Yes, I know what it's like to have that big focus because I've been there too. Okay? If the scale does stress you out, feel free to hide it for a while as your focus is going to be on the energy that you have and eating healthier for better energy, improving your digestion, and being more active and taking better care of yourself. This is a great opportunity to put the focus back on you. To make progress towards your goals, you have to be involved and participate 100%. I promise it will not be complicated, restrictive, or feel like deprivation. Quite the contrary. You're going to learn that food is good and you don't have to fear it, be deprived of it, or demonize it in order to reach your goals. Be open. If you want something in your life that you've never had before, you'll have to do something you've never done before. This quote can apply to all different areas of our lives, so just keep it in mind as you go through today's presentation. Decide that you will truly participate and give it your all. Be open to new ideas, new foods, and learning to tune into the signals your body is giving you about the foods that you're eating. This is your chance to step out of your comfort zone and explore new foods, new tastes, and new possibilities. Be excited. And as your host and health coach, I'm here to support you, answer questions along the way. Again, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. All right, so one of the things that many people find helpful is to keep a food journal. It helps you become more conscious of what you're eating and how different foods can affect you. Journaling can help you make better choices and plan your meals accordingly. And I gotta throw some humor in there. So I hope you're laughing. Because, let's take the subject at hand serious, but let's not take ourselves too seriously, right? Okay. So you may prefer taking a pen to paper to track manually, or you might find it more convenient to use an app such as MyFitnessPal. Whatever your method, I highly recommend tracking your food for at least the first 30 days. If you have big goals, you may want to consider tracking for at least 60 days. I find it highly beneficial to pay close attention to how you feel after you eat. Notice which foods make you feel good and energized, and which ones make you feel sluggish and bloated, gassy, tired, lightheaded, or give you brain fog after a short time. Really try to tune in to which foods give you energy and which ones cause symptoms of any kind. Every body is different. What works for some may not work for you. Many people are sensitive to something, which can cause unnecessary side effects or reaction, like bloating, gas, headaches, brain fog, etc. So paying close attention to how you feel is key. Foods that don't agree with us can also cause inflammation, which may hinder weight loss. Just because a food is supposed to be healthy doesn't mean it's healthy for you and your unique body. By understanding this and realizing that each of us is one of a kind, it can be a huge eye-opener when you discover the foods that work for you and those that don't. Right? Hippocrates have been saying it, so just a quick reminder, let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food. All right, one thing you'll notice about this series is that there isn't a huge focus on counting calories. Together, we're going to place a strong emphasis on making food choices that feed our body on a cellular level, not just counting calories. When the focus is solely on counting calories, the focus is on a number rather than the value of nutrition. There are many people that count calories focused on, say, 1,600 calories a day, but they're not doing their health any favors because the number becomes more important than what they're eating. So quality of food over quantity of calories is what we're going to be focusing on here. If you've decided to put the scale away for a while, you want to get your starting weight and measurements and body fat percentage if possible. You can do this at the gym with a personal trainer or with a body fat caliper at home. A caliper is available for a nominal price on Amazon. As you go through this series with me and implement new habits, there may be weeks where there are no changes on the scale, but you may see changes in measurements or how your clothes are fitting, which is exciting. This is change, and the scale is not always the best indicator of progress. So what else to track? You'll want to take measurements of the following areas: chest, which is just, you want to measure just at the nipple line; waist, which is above the belly button, right at the smallest part of your waist; hips with legs together, measure the widest part across the butt; arms, right, biceps relaxed, so just have your arm by your side and just go ahead and measure the bicep relaxed; and then thighs at the widest part with your legs together. Measure them once right in the beginning, and then be sure to record your measurements along with the date they were taken. So maybe do it once a week, or once a month. You don't have to do it every day, and I don't recommend doing it every day because then you can get quite obsessed. But it is fun to keep track. Okay, now this is a really important slide: your support system. Another important aspect of making diet and lifestyle changes has to do with your support system. Do you have the support from one or more people? Change isn't always easy, so having people that understand your goals, that can support the changes you want to make, can make it easier. Do you have people in your life that are rooting for you? Surround yourself with people that have your best interests at heart and truly want you to succeed. Share your goals with someone that'll be there to cheer you on and give you the encouragement when you need it. All right, are you ready to get started? So one of the most significant things you can do to start implementing a healthier lifestyle is to add fresh, whole foods and more organic foods when possible. Again, I love a little humor. We're starting with vegetables, okay? Because they're one of the foods that are typically missing in most diets, or we just don't get enough of them. And because of all the amazing health benefits that they offer, such as strengthening your immune system, improving your liver and kidney function, improving intestinal flora, which is your good bacteria, improving digestion. Right? Vegetables are high in vitamins, minerals, amino acids, and fiber, all of which are really important to a healthy diet. So to minimize exposure to harmful pesticides and herbicides, choosing organic produce is best. However, not everyone's budget can afford all the organic stuff. So start with what you can afford. The Environmental Working Group, which is a nonprofit research group, publishes a list of the Dirty Dozen each year. This is a list of produce that contains the highest level of pesticides. You can download the free Dirty Dozen app by the EWG to be sure you always have the most current list. You can also visit their website at www.ewg.org. All right, so make a list of vegetables that you and your family like. Can you come up with a list of 8 to 10 to start? Then I want you to make a list of vegetables that you might be willing to try. Let's face it, not everyone loves vegetables, just plain. So I'm going to be sharing with you my top 6 ways that you can enjoy them in just a bit. First, I do want to mention to check with your doctor. If you're taking a medication or you're seeing a physician regularly, if your doctor has recommended a low oxalate diet for you, be aware of the type and amount of greens that you are consuming and stay within the recommended amount. If you're taking medications such as a blood thinner like Coumadin, talk to your doctor before adding greens to your diet to ensure that the amount of and type of greens, such as kale, are appropriate to your needs due to the high vitamin K content. And you always want to check with your doctor before making any changes to your diet or your exercise program. Okay, so you're going to work towards your goals one step at a time in order to fully implement each habit. This will ensure that it becomes part of your lifestyle, and then eventually it will become second nature. The first step starts with adding in. So by adding in lots of super healthy, nutrient-dense foods that give your body what it needs, you will reduce cravings for empty calories, which make you feel hungry again within a short period of time, thereby making you consume even more calories. For example, you have a delicious salad for lunch with lean protein, lots of vegetables, and let's say some healthy oil, you feel good, comfortably full, and you have energy, right? When you do this, the less tempting something sugary or processed is going to seem. Our first goal is going to be to eat as many nutrient-dense, rich foods as you can so that you crave less of the unhealthy processed foods. This can also help with our energy levels and your mood. Be adventurous. Try adding 1 or 2 new vegetables to your salad this week and see what you think. If you normally like romaine lettuce, have that and add some dandelion greens, some Swiss chard, or another new green that sounds good or interesting to you. Vegetables can be enjoyed in a variety of ways: steamed, sauté, eaten raw in a salad or as snacks. Vegetables also make really great stir fries. Add some protein and a healthy fat like avocado or an oil-based dressing like olive oil, coconut oil, avocado oil, or flaxseed oil to your salad. By adding protein, either animal-based or plant-based, this will help keep you full longer than just eating a salad with vegetables. Your body will also absorb more nutrients from the vegetables when you add a little bit of fat, rather than using a fat-free dressing, which also may be stripped of other nutrients. Okay, here's that top 6 ways that I like to enjoy vegetables. I certainly remember struggling with adding more vegetables into my diet. So, I just didn't love them. I came up with these 6 different ways so I can start enjoying them more. So, just wanted to share with you. Coincidentally, they all start with the letter S. So first is soups, super simple, quick and easy. Homemade is the best. Salads, dark leafy greens, and 2 to 4 other vegetables with a protein and a healthy fat. Smoothies, my favorite way to get them in the morning. Adding some vegetables to your smoothie can be really super quick and easy. Sides, with lunch or dinner, you could do steamed, sauteed, roasted, or raw. Snacks, so veggies and hummus, for example, is my favorite. Sandwiches, adding some greens and some other vegetables to your sandwiches with more nutrient dense, will make it more nutrient dense. You can choose lettuce wraps, instead of bread, or go for a grain-free or gluten-free option. Diets that are rich in vegetables and fruits are protective against many cancers. There is an enormous amount of work on this. Over the last decade, a fairly large number of prevention compounds have been found in fruits and vegetables. When you look at the totality, it's quite impressive. And that is a quote from Lee Waitenberg, who's a professor at the University of Minnesota, who's been studying cancer prevention for over 30 years. All right, so remember the goal here is to add more real food that your body recognizes and can absorb and utilize nutrients from. If you don't typically eat vegetables most days, start with a goal of 2 servings per day. A serving is between about half a cup and a full cup. Start today. Work your way up to 3 to 4 servings over the next week. And once you figure out which ones you like and which ones you can add in more easily. If you already typically have 2 servings a day, kick it up to 4 servings, and then work your way up to 6, which is a great goal. All right, and this week's to-do, I want you to think about adding in a food journal if this is something you're working on, focusing on how you feel. After you eat breakfast, noting how you feel. After you have lunch, after you have a mid-afternoon snack, after you're eating dinner, right before bed, being aware of how you feel after you eat. And you can either do pen to paper or you can use a digital app like MyFitnessPal is a great one. I also want you to make a list of the 8 to 10 vegetables you and your family like the most, include most of your favorites, and then make a list of 4 to 6 new vegetables that you would be open to try. Choose 2 ways from the super 6 ways to eat your veggies and try 2 new vegetables before next week's session. I hope you have a wonderful week. Thank you again so much for tuning in to Higher Health Now with Rachel. I'm Rachel Kaplan. I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye.